3.2.
My Lord, I was requested to assist in establishing the following.
Yena uye wacelwa ukuthi awufune ulwazi oluthize
Whether any of the below mentioned person ever applied for any license or driving license between the period of 2013 December to December 2014.
ukuthi abantu abalandelelayo bona baye bafaka isicelo na se-license noma i-learners kusikhathi kusukela ku-2013 December ukuya ku-2014 December.
Whether such documents were issued or not and on what dates.
Ukuthi labo bantu baye banikwa na ama-license noma ama-learners futhi banikwa ngayiphi i-date.
Indicate the process of doing such application.
Futhi usho nokuthi bona balandelele miphi imigomo ukuze bafake leso sicelo.
Must the applicant be physically present at the testing station to do such or not?
Futhi labo bantu kwamele babe khona ukufaka leso sicelo noma cha.
Any other activity you can pick up around the above period insofar as the details is provided.
Usinike na noma uliphi ulwazi ungalithola ngalawo malanga esinike wona.
Any renewal of vehicle license by any of the below listed person in and around Boxbed area in particular.
Mhlawumbe usinike futhi nokuthi baye bayofaka izicelo zokuthi ama-license wabo aze alungiswe kabusha phecelezi ukuthi a-renewe lawo ma-license.
However, any other information will assist.
Noma uluphi ulwazi ongasitholela lona lizosisiza nalo.
Any documents like ID or any form of identification provided by any of the persons mentioned during the transaction, including the address and the contact details.
Noma yini ukuthi baye bayikhipha mhlawumbe amapasi noma yini abaye bawakhipha ngalesikhathi befaka lezo yicelo.
The letter also provided me with the name of the accused.
Futhi ke lencwadi ibekade ibhalwe namagama wabasolwa.
The names are as follows.
Nawo amagama yalandela
And the ID number.
nama ID number wabo.
Muzi Sibiya.
Muzi Sibiya.
ID number is 86012159333083.
Nayo ke ID number njengoba ayifunda.
Fizokuhle Ntuli. ID number is 860110561286.
Fizokuhle Ntuli ne ID number yakhe uyayifunda lapho.
The other one is Mthokozisi Ziphozonke Maphisa.
Nomthokozisi Ziphozonke Maphisa.
The ID number for the purpose of record is 851046202081.
Nayo ke ne ID number yakhe umthokozisi Ziphozonke Maphisa.
Bongani Sandiso Ntanzi.
Bongane Sandiso Ntanzi.
ID number is 901206197083.
Nenombolo yakhe yomazisi uyayifunda lapho.
Mthobisi Prince Mncube.
Nomthobisi Prince Mncube.
ID number is 850403605808.
Nayo i-ID number yakhe ibhaliwe lapho uyifundile.
May I proceed, my Lord?
Yes, paragraph 4.
My Lord, in compliance with the request, I directly accessed, notice and search for the requested information.
Yena ke ukuthi alandelele lesicelo uye wangena kuyo isystem yakhe eye-notice.
And I'm satisfied that the requested information that I found on notice are facts and transactions that had been registered or recorded on notice in terms of Section 77 of the National Road Traffic Act for the purpose of the said act.
Yena weneselekile ke ukuthi into azitholile kuyo i-notice izinto ebezikade zibhalwe ukuya ngomthethosisekelo owakade ubhalwe umayelana nayo i-notice.
Then I further checked the Muzi Sibiya with ID number 86012159333083.
Qhubekile wabheka imininingwane yakhe umuzi kawukhulelwa Sibiya.
Notice records, my lord, indicate that an ID number 860121593303 belongs to MS Sibiya, herein referred to as an accused, and his cell phone number is 082-066-2705, and his street address is Sutu Hostel, N43, Fosloras, postal code is 1459.
futhi ke yona iyabonisa ukuthi umuzi kawukhulelwa Sibiya MS Sibiya yena ubekade inombolo yakhe yocingo esebenzisa u-082-066-2705 yena ehlala eSutu Hostel N43 Fosloras, postal code 1459.
Are you able to go into the system to show these particulars?
Ungakwazi ukungena ku-system usibonise nezinto okhuluma ngazo ukuthi ngizoyenza njalo.
Yes, my lord, I'm looking. My lord, if you can check there on the screen, as I've indicated that there's menu for each and every transaction that you do on Netis.
Nkosenkantolo njengoba besisengishilo ukuthi kuna yonke into oyidingayo kule system uma wenza umsebenzi othile.
Because you want to check the personal particulars of the accused, you will simply go to number 5.
Manje ke ngoba sidinga imininingwane yakhe umsolwa sizoya ku number 5.
Which is 551, as shown on the far left as person query.
Ukuthi yona ibizwa u551 ibonisa ke ukuthi kudingeka imininingwane yalowo.
I'm now going to input the ID number of the accused on the space provided.
Uyayifaka ke ID number yakhe umsolwa
8601215933 083. Then I'll then press enter, then the information will appear.
uma iqeda kufaka i-ID number uma icofa u-enter kuvela yonke le mininingwane.
Yes, can you just put the name, the cell number, and the street address?
My lord, the surname is Sibiya and the initials is MS. The full names are not captured here, but only the initials. The date of birth is 1986-0121. The cell phone number provided is 082-066-2705.
Kule mininingwane ke akubhalwanga igama lonke noma amagama wonke ngokuphelela, kodwa njengoba iqeda kufaka i-ID number ibonisa isibongo sika Sibiya bese ama-initials athi MS, i-date of birth ibonisa 1986-0121 bese ke inombolo yocingo ithi 082-066-2705.
The postal address is Sutu Hostel, N43 Fosloras.
Ikheli lakhe ke libonisa iSutu Hostel N43 Fosloras.
The postal code is 14159.
The postal code is 1459.
Thank you. You can then revert to your affidavit. Page 4, you are on paragraph 4.1.3.
Ngabuyela ke ku affidavit yakho ku paragraph 4.13.
My lord, on the 17th of July 2014 at 12:33 seconds, Netis records as shown on page 1 of annexure MCC 01.
Kuyabonakala ke nkosenkantolo ukuthi ngo-July ama-record nawa ayasho
Indicate that Netis transaction 706, which in the bracket is record pre-booking, was performed on the accused ID number 860121593303.
iyasho ke ukuthi kuye kwaba nokuthi umsolwa yena afake isicelo sokuthi udinga ilanga.
A Netis transaction 706 allowed the pre-booking of driving license and learner's license.
system ke yona iye yamvumela ukuthi kungahle kubhukhiwe abhukhele i-license noma i-learners.
In other words, applicants are allowed to phone the relevant call center or the driving license testing center, which is the DLTC, and make telephonic booking.
Ekuchaza ukuthi lo muntu wayekade evunyelwa ukuthi angashaya ucingo alishayele lapho kuleyo department yama license ukuze akwazi ukubhuka ngocingo.
The call center or the DLTC will initiate the booking.
Bese ke i-call center leyo ke izomnika i-booking.
But no payment will be made and reserve the session.
Kodwa ayikho imali ezokhokhwa bese ke uyanikwa noma lelo langa liyagcinwa.
Yes.
My lord, the recorded pre-booking of the said accused is related to a learner's license code 3 application as shown on page 2 of annexure MCC 01.
Leyo ke bekade kukhulunywa ngokuthi ubakade efaka isicelo sayo i-learner's license. Njengoba kubonakala kubufakazi.
Able to show the annexures on the screen.
Uthi ke ungasibonisa leyo nto okukhuluma ngayo la.
I'm going to input the ID number of the accused.
Uthi ngizofaka ke i-ID number yakhe umsolo
8601 2159 33083. And I'm going to specifically on this date, on the 17th of July 2014.
bese ke uzoya ke yena ayofaka le yakhe lango July 2014.
Yes, if you can check, my lord, on the top right, it says CA12, query audit information per person entity.
Uma kubhekwa ke iyasho ukuthi leyo into eyacelwa umsolwa noma umuntu obekade laphayana noma ebekade efake ucingo.
I'm going to the bottom one where it says record pre-booking.
Bese ke uzoya lana ke
And I'll
la
press-
ithi record pre-booking.
And I'll press enter on it to check who was assisting the accused.
Uzoqofa ke u-enter ukubona ukuthi umsolwa wayekade esizwa ubani.
Here it shows that the official that was assisting the accused is RJ Mokwatsani.
Ibonisa ke lana ukuthi umuntu obekade esiza umsolwa u-RJ Mokwatsani.
It also shows the transaction type, which is record pre-booking.
Bese ke iyasho nokuthi lapho ubekade efake isicelo sokuthi udinga ilanga.
It also shows the office where the pre-booking was made,
Uyabonisa futhi nehhovisi ukuthi wayekade esifake kuphi leso sicelo.
which in this case is Brakpan.
Lapho ubonisa ukuthi wayekade esifake eBrakpan.
It also shows the computer workstation which the official was using.
Ibonisa futhi nokuthi leyo msebenzi loyo obekade esebenza lapho wayekade esebenzisa istation.
If you go to the bottom row where it says the reference,
Uma uya phansi la ku-reference
it shows the booking reference number
nayo inombolo ethi eyokubhuka i-reference number yakhona.
as 401 0000 D435.
Nayo inombolo yakhona u-401 0000 D435.
It also says first available appointment reserved indication. It says no.
Manje iyabonisa nokuthi ilanga ebelikade likhona ebelikade liye lacelwa la ithi cha.
My lord, if I go further and press enter on the same menu, It shows the DLTC infrastructure number where the applicant was assisted.
ibonisa futhi nenombolo yalapho umsolo wayekade esizwa khona
And the learner's license test type code which the applicant applied.
efake ibonisa futhi nesicelo sokuthi wayekade efaka yiphi inhlobo ye-learner's license.
In this case, it's code 3.
Lapho kubonisa ukuthi kwakade kuyi-code 3.
And which code is that?
Code 3, my lord, it allows you to drive motor vehicles that exceed 3,500 kilograms. Commonly known driving license code such as C1, EC, but they're commonly known as code 14.
Manje ke lana ibonisa ke izoya ke kuleyo gcina futhi leyo mo ibonisa ke ukuthi license lebekade kufakelwa isicelo kuyo makade ku-code 14.
And it also shows the here it shows the learner's license booking date.
Ilanga elokubhukha leyo learner's license.
In this case, the applicant was given in 2014-0722 at 10 o'clock.
Yena umsolo wakhe wayekade enikwe ilanga lokuthi uzoya nge-22 zikaJulayi 2014 ngo-10 ekuseni.
The learner's license booking date made date is 2014-0717.
Ukuthi yena wayekade efake isicelo saleyo learner's license usifake nge-17 zikaJulayi 2014.
When you go to the bottoms where it says learner's license test status, it says booking unconfirmed.
Naye ukuthi uma uyake phansi lana ukuthi i-status saleyo learner's license lana ithi i-booking ayizange i-confirm.
In this case, it simply says that the accused was intended to write a learner's license on the 22nd of July 2014.
Lapho ichaza ukuthi umsolo wayekade kwamele azobhala i-learner's license yakhe nge-22 zika-22
July.
nge-22 zikaJulayi 2014.
But a payment has not been made yet to confirm the date.
Kodwa ke wayekade engakakhonji ukubonisa ukuthi lelo langa uyalithatha ngempela.
If I go back, my lord, to page 2 of 42,
Uthi ke uma ngibuyela emuva ku-page 2
there is another transaction that is performed on the said day.
futhi kunenye i-transaction eyayenzwa ngalo lelo langa leyo.
I'm going to click on it just to see what was happening here.
Futhi uzovula-ke ukuthi kwenzakele njani.
In this case, my lord, the applicant was confirming the date which was provided to him when he was doing the pre-booking.
Lapho ke ubekade evuma noma esekayithatha lelo langa ebekade elifakile isicelo sakhona.
And just explain pre-booking, what is that? Or what does it mean?
Okay, pre-booking, you simply reserve the space to write a learner's license on a certain date.
Lento ebizwa phecelezi i-pre-booking ukuthi wena usewuyacela ukuthi ababekele lelo langa lelo eyukuthi wena ufisa ukuyobhala i-learner's license ngayo.
And how is it done? Online, in person, or what is the position?
You are allowed to approach the driving license testing center, or you can call. At the time, remember it was in 2014. At that time, you were allowed to walk in or call.
Manje ke umuntu wayekade enza njani ukuze afake sona leso sicelo uthi ungakhohlwa ngaleso sikhathi kwakade ku-2014 umuntu wayekade engavunyelwa ukuthi angangena noma angahle ashaye ucingo.
Yes.
Okay. Furthermore, when I just wanted to check press the enter to check the difference of times of pre-booking and the date in which he confirmed the booking.
Manje uzocofa ku-enter abheke ilanga isikhathi sokuthi wasifaka nini isicelo leso nelanga ukuthi savunyelwa nini.
My lord, I'm checking the difference of time here. It simply says that the applicant went in person.
Ubheka ke isikhathi lapho sithi umsolwa uye waziyela.
Because the time in which he confirmed the booking was 12:45:33.
Ngoba umsolwa yena uye waya laphayana isikhathi sibhale 12:45:43.
And the pre-booking was made in 12:33:23.
la ukuthi ke yena ubonakala ukuthi kuye kwavunywa ngalapho isikhathi sasithi 12:25:33.
Furthermore, my lord, what I've noted is that the workstation or computer that the applicant was confirmed with the booking is not the same that the one that was used when he was doing a pre-booking.
Futhi ke kuyabonakala ukuthi la bekade kusetshenziswa khona akufani nala obekade umsolwa ebekade efake eshaye ucingo khona.
Even the official that was assisting him to confirm the booking is not the same that was assisting him to reserve the pre-booking.
Naye umuntu lo bekade emsiza akafani nalo yana obekade emsize ekuqaleni.
Because the one who confirmed, the official that confirmed who received the money is identified as M.I. Hendrik.
Ngoba lo othole imali yena igama lakhe kubhalwe M.I. Hendrik.
And the one who assisted him to reserve the date is R.G. Mokwatsane.
Lo bekade emsiza ngalesikhathi eshaye ucingo kwakade ku-R.G. Mokwatsane.
Yes. You can then proceed from where you left off on your affidavit.
Baqhubeka ke
Okay.
Paragraph 4.1.5.
paragraph 4.1.5.
Okay, thank you, my lord. On the 17th of July 2014, at 12:45:33 seconds, NATIS records as shown on page 3 of Annexure MCC 01. Page 3 of Annexure MCC 01.
Nge-17 zikaJulayi kuyabonakala ke ukuthi isystem yabo iye yambonisa lezinto ezilandelayo.
Page 3 of Annexure MCC indicate that NATIS transaction 721, which is a application for learner's license, was performed on the accused ID number 8601215933083083.
Ukuthi ke kuye kwafakwa isicelo sayo i-learner's license kule nombolo yozaziso.
My lord, a NATIS transaction 721 is used to record an application for a learner's licenses.
Leyo lapho ke kuyaye kucelwe ukuthi umuntu ufaka isicelo sokuthi ukhelwe i-learner's license.
The official that initiated and concluded this NATIS transaction 721 on computer workstation ID 43190004 at Brakpan DLTC is identified as M.I. Hendricks with NATIS user number 4010A04Z.
Umuntu ke ukuthi uye wasebenza kuleyo computer obekade esiza lo muntu yena wayekade eseBrakpan u-M.I. Hendricks.
My lord, NATIS record further indicate that the said accused has made a cash payment of 108 rand for learner's license application, and he was issued with receipt number 414010045 JK8Y as shown on page 4 of Annexure MCC 01.
Futhi ke kuyabonakala ukuthi umsolwa uye wakhokha imali elingana no-108 rand wanikwa nereceipt.
My lord, a NATIS transaction 721 can only be performed if the applicant has been authorized to undertake a learner's license test, and the applicant is compelled to make an application in person as prescribed in section 17 and regulation 103 of National Road Traffic Act 93 of 1996 as shown on page 5 of Annexure MCC 01.
Manje ke lesi sicelo siyenziwa umuntu odingayo yena i-learners noma i-license leyo ngokwakhe.
My lord, if I may be allowed to read out section 17 of National Road Traffic Act, where it says application for an issue of learner's license on Annexure MCC 01 page 5.
Nkosi yenkantolo ngicela ukufunda ke lo ukuthi umthetho uthini ngaso ukufaka isicelo sayo i-learner's license.
Yes, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Okay. It reads as follows, subsection 1. Subject to the section 24, a person desiring to obtain a learner's license shall in person apply, therefore, in prescribed manner to an appropriate graded driving license testing center. Subsection 2. Upon receipt of an application in terms of subsection 1, the driving license testing center concerned shall if it is satisfied from the information furnished in the application or from such further information, as such center may reasonably request that the applicant is not disqualified from obtaining a learner's license, determine a day and a time at which the applicant shall present himself or herself to be examined and tested by the examiner for driving license in a manner and in respect of matter as prescribed.
Uyafunda ke usuperintendent lapho ukuthi umsolwa yena ngokwakhe kwamele aye lapho ayofaka leso sicelo futhi lapha ayakhona kuleyo department bangahle bacele imininingwane yakhe ukuze bakwazi ukumvumela ukuthi angabhala i-learner's license njengoba umthetho usho njalo.
It's fine, you don't need to read any further. Is there perhaps a form that is being completed?
My Lord, the form that is completed is marked application for learner's license, which is LL1.
Yes.
Khona na ifomu ekuthi yona iyagcwaliswa uthi yebo ikhona ibizwa LL1.
And is there a reason why the person must report or appear in person to apply for a learner's license?
My Lord, there is a reason for that because you need to make a declaration that you are not suffering from fainting due to hypertension. You also have to make a declaration as well that you don't suffer from any diseases that may render you to be incapable of driving or controlling a motor vehicle, which might be a risk to other motorists.
Sikhona na isizathu esiyenza ukuthi umuntu kwamele aziyele lapho uthi yebo sikhona isizathu kungahle kuzobuzwa ukuthi awunaso isifo sokuwana lesi esingayenza ukuthi ube yingozi uma sewushayela noma awunaso esinye isifo esingayenza ukuthi ube yingozi kwabanye abantu abashayela imoto.
My Lord, you are also subjected for an eye test.
Bazokuhlola futhi namehlo.
And you must also make a declaration that you are not suffering from you are not suffering or addicted to the use of drugs having nicotine effect.
Futhi ke kwamele nawe usho ukuthi wena awusebenzisi idakamizwa ekuthi zingahle zikukhinyabeze ekuthini uthole i-learner's noma i-license.
And that you are not suffering from the excessive use of intoxicating liquor.
Nawe ke kwamele usho ukuthi wena awuphuzi amanzi amponjwana kakhulu.
And that you are not prohibited to apply for learner's license or driving license by reason of any disqualification.
Phinde futhi uchaze ukuthi wena akukho la uvinjelwe khona ukuthi ungafaka isicelo sokuthi ube ne-learner's license.
You must also make a declaration that you are not suffering from uncontrolled diabetes.
Kwamele futhi uchaze nokuthi wena awunaso isifo soshukela
And uncontrolled epilepsy.
nokuthi awunaso isifo sokuwa.
And that you are not suffering from any form of mental illness
Phinde uchaze nokuthi awunaso isifo sengqondo,
which require you to be detained or supervised or controlled.
isifo sengqondo esenza ukuthi wena uvalelwe noma uhlale ubhekiwe.
And be admitted as a patient in terms of Mental Health Act number 18 of 1973.
Nokuthi futhi wena mhlawumbe kwamele uyisiwe esibhedlela esithize salaba abasebenza ngeinqondo.
Then if the station is satisfied that you don't fall into that category, a date and a time for you to write learner's license will then be issued to you.
Bese ke izothi uma bona sebenelisekile ngemva kokuthi bakubuze yonke leyo mibuzo kulayo ukuthi bazokwazi ukuthi bakunike isikhathi nelanga lokuthi ungaya uyobhala.
And you also need to make a declaration that you realize that furnishing a false information will amount to a fine or 1 year imprisonment or both.
Esinye isizathu ukuthi wena kwamele uyosho ukuthi uyazi ukuthi uma uphana ngemininingwane engasiyona lokho kungahle kube yicala naye ukuthi ungahle ubhadale ifine noma uyohlala ejele unyaka.
You can proceed to page 6, paragraph 4.1.8.
Asiye ke ku page 6 ku paragraph 4.1.8.
Page 6.
Yes.
Page 6, paragraph
4.1.8.
4.4.
1.8.
Okay. My Lord, a notice record as shown on page 6 of Annexure MCC 01 indicate that the said accused was authorized to undertake a learner's license test on 22nd of July 2014. And his test results were recorded as fail at Brakpan Driving License Testing Center by the examiner for driving license identified as Zulu T with the initials TPC with notice infrastructure number 49512BCW.
Manje ke lapho kuyabonisa ukuthi umsolo wayekade eyobhala ilicense ilearners yakhe nge-22 zika July ukuthi kubonisa ukuthi uye wayoyibhala eBrakpan yena akazange apase lapho uye wafaila ebekade ehlolwa uZulu TPC umuntu obekade esebenza laphayana eDepartment of License.
And you've attached the relevant annexure, page
Yes,
6
yes.
on MCC 1.
Yes, if we may go to page 6 of annexure MCC 01, my lord.
Futhi ke ufakile lobo bufakazi obubonisayo lento asanda kuyifunda.
If you check from the top, it says the learner's particulars.
Lapho phezulu yasho ukuthi imininingwana yakhe lo muntu bekayobhala
Name is Sibiya MS.
igama lithi Sibiya MS.
The identity type that he provided is a RSA ID document.
Yena uye wabanikeza ipasi lakhe.
The ID number is 860121593303.
Inombolo ile eqeda kufundwa.
The learner's license testing center particulars infrastructure number is 0001186, which is Brakpan DLTC.
Uyasho ukuthi futhi uye wayobhala eBrakpan.
The next row it shows the learner's license test particulars.
Kushiwo futhi nemininingwana yakhe yokuyobhala.
Here it says learner's license code. It says motor vehicle excluding MC.
Kuthiwa ke imoto bekade lapho ayoyibhalela imoto ukuthi ayihlanganisi uMC.
In this case, it simply means that the learner's license code that he applied qualifies him to drive any motor vehicle except a motorcycle.
Lapho kuchaza ukuthi imoto yena ufake isicelo sokuthi angashayela noma yiphi imoto ngaphandle kwesithuthuthi.
The test date that was confirmed is 2014-0722.
Isuku leli bekade yobhala ngalo isuku le-22 zika July 2014.
The test time is 10:10.
Imizuzu eyishumi nanye ngemva kwehora lesishume isikhathi salabe kade eyobhala ngaso.
The test time that he finished to write is 10:55.
Yena uqede ngemizuzu emihlanu ngaphambi kwehora lesishume nesishume nomuvo.
His test results were recorded as fail.
Imiphumelo kuthiwe ufailile.
The learner's license test number, which was provided to him when he was applying for an application of learner's license, was 401-00010 D435.
Nayo ke inombolo eyikuthi bebakade bemnike yona ngalesikhathi eyobhala.
On the next row, it indicates the examiner particulars who was conducting the class.
Bese ke kubhalwa ke umuntu lo bekade enaye ngaleso sikhathi wayekade eyobhala.
Yes, you don't need to read that into the record.
Okay.
And there's also the points that you obtained in the different categories.
Yes, my lord. My lord, if you can check on the categories, on the rules of the road, there are 30 questions. So he managed to score only 13 and the pass rate is 22.
Manje ke kumithetho yasemgaqweni kunama point awu30 yena uthole u13 ukuthi upass ukuthi uphase kwamele uthole mhlawumbe u22.
On the road traffic side, there are 30 questions. Here he managed to score 18.
Kuma sign womgwaqo ke nakhona kunemibuzo eyi30 yena uthole u18.
Unfortunately, the pass rate is 23 points.
Ukuthi kwamele ukupasa kwamele athole u23.
On the motor vehicle control, there are 8 questions.
Bese ke la ukusebenzisa imoto ke kona kunemibuzo eyishagalombini.
In this case, he managed to get 5.
Yena uthole u5.
Unfortunately, the pass rate is 6.
La ukuthi bekwamele athole u6.
Thank you. We can then revert back to your affidavit.
Kubeke ubuyele kweaffidavit yakho.
think paragraph 4.1.9 on page 6.
Okay. My Lord, on the same day, the 22nd of July 2014, at 13:55:09, notice record as shown on page 7 of Annexure MCC 01 indicate that a notice transaction 706, which is record pre-booking, was performed on the accused ID number 86012159333083. The official that initiated and concluded a notice transaction 706 on computer workstation ID number 43160043 at Boxback DLTC is identified as BP Melamo with notice infrastructure number, with notice user number 4009A0J2.
Ngalo lelo langa uma eqeda kubhala eqeda kufeyila uye wafaka isicelo ukuthi ufuna ukubhala futhi khona leso sicelo usifake nge-22 zika July 2014 wasizwa uBP Molamu ebekade ese Boxback.
You've just put in record that the date on which he undertook the learner's license was 22 July 2014 in Brakpan DLTC, but on the same day, 22 July 2014, an appointment was made at the Boxback DLTC. What does that signify?
After he realized that he's failed, my Lord, he didn't know what to give up, so he proceeded to the nearest driving license testing center to make a further application.
Manje kusho ukuthini njengoba uthi ubhale eBoxback eBrakpan kodwa lesicelo sifakwe eBoxback, uthi njengomuntu obekade eqeda kufeyila yena wayekade ezimisele azange afune ukuthi alahlele ithawela, uye waqhubeka waya kwi-stage eseduze ukuze ayofaka isicelo sokuthi angabhala futhi.
And in which language was the learner's license test in Brakpan conducted on the 22nd July 2014?
My Lord, in this case on the system is not captured because it was a handwritten learner's license, it was not computerized.
Manje ke kusetshenziswe lephi ilimi ngalesikhathi kubekade kubhalwa leya learner's license yaseBrakpan uthi akubhalwanga ngoba kwekade kubhalwa ngesandla yayikade ingasetshenziswa icomputer.
But are you familiar with the questions themselves, the categories that have mentioned, as in which language they are couched?
I know in Sepedi, there's also in Afrikaans and in English. I'm not sure about other languages.
Kodwa uyazi nawo ukuthi kaningi kuyaye kusetshenziswe lophi ulimi uthi uyazi ukuthi yabhalwa ngeSpedi, yabhalwa ngeAfrikaans nesingesi akazi ngalamanye amanye.
Yes, you can proceed.
My Lord, the recorded pre-booking of the said accused is related to a learner's license code 3 application, as shown on page 8 of Annexure MCC 01.
Futhi ke kuyabonakala ukuthi wayekade efuna ukubhala yona futhi leya learner's license lebekade eyibhalile.
On the 22nd of July 2014 at 2:07 in the afternoon, 42nd notice record as shown on page 9 of Annexure MCC 01 indicate that a notice transaction 721, which is an application for learner's license, was performed on the accused ID number 86012159333083. A notice transaction 721 is used to record an application for learner's license. The official that initiated and concluded this notice transaction 721 on computer workstation ID number 43160035 at Boxback DLTC is identified as Z Sewana with notice user number 4009A0J0.
Futhi emini ngalo lelo langa i-22 zika July ngemizuzu eyisikhombisa ngemva kwehora lesibini emini kuyabonakala ukuthi uye wafaka isicelo futhi sokuthi ufisa ukubhala futhi yona leyo learner's license eyikuthi ubekade efisa ukufaka leso ukubhala lapho ebekade esizwa uZ Tsiwana lo bekade esebenzela eBoxback.
My Lord, the said accused has made a cash payment of 108 rand for learner's license application, and he was issued with a receipt number 40901269PT9 as shown on page 10 of Annexure MCC 01.
uye wakhokha ke imali elingana no-108 yena wanikwa nereceipt.
My lord, a notice transaction 721 can only be performed if the applicant has been authorized to undertake a learner's license test, and that the applicant is compelled to make an application in person as prescribed in section 17 and regulation 103 of the National Road Traffic Act, as shown on page 5 of Annexure MCC 01.
Leso sicelo ke isicelo ukuthi siyafakwa uma umuntu ezimisele ukuthi uyobhala i-learner's license ukuthi ishiwo umthetho sisekelo.
Furthermore, a notice record as shown on page 11 of Annexure MCC 01 indicate that the said accused was authorized to undertake a learner's license test on the 2014-09-15, and his test results were recorded as passed at Boxback DLTC by the examiner for driving license identified as Nombe Treza ZZ with notice user number 4009A0CH.
Futhi kuyabonakala ukuthi uye waqhubeka futhi ugcine seyikuthi ubhalile nge-15 zika September 2014 ebekade ebhale e-learners ukuthi ugcine seyikuthi uyayiphasa la bekade ehlolwa uNombe Treza ZZ.
My lord, if I may allowed to go to Annexure MCC 01 page 12 just to check how was the points that he acquired at Boxback. For the purpose of record, my lord, from the top it says the learner's particulars, Sibiya MS, the identity type is RSA ID document. The ID number is 86012159330833. The learner's license testing center particulars is infrastructure number is 000014618 Boxback DLTC. On the next row it shows the learner's license test particulars. The learner's license the license code is motor vehicle. In the bracket it says excluding motorcycle. The test date was on the 15th of September 2014. The test time was from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. The result is passed, authorized, and issued, meaning that the accused passed and the results were authorized and he was issued with the learner's license. The learner's license test number is 40090018 BGM. The examiner who was conducting the class at the time, the examiner infrastructure number is 49512 CS3. The name of the examiner is Nombe Treza ZZ. The learner's license test category particulars, my lord, if you were to check another category of rules of the road, I've already indicated that there are 30 questions. So here he managed to score 23, and the pass rate is 22. The road traffic sign, there are 30 questions. He was able to score 27, and the pass rate is 23. The motor vehicle controls is 8 questions, and he was able to take to get total, and the pass rate is 6.
Manje ke lapho ibhala imininingwane yakhe uMS Sibiya la yokuthi ne-ID number ishiwo ubonisa ukuthi ubhale eBoxback wayekade ehlolwa uNombe Treza ZZ ukuthi wayekade emhlolela yona i-learner's license uye wayipasa la njengoba besisekashilo usuperintendent ukuthi kwakade kunemibuzo e30 yena uye wathola 23 ukuthi ipass rate kweku22 yena kwimibuzo e30 eminye elandelayo yama sign womgwaqo uye wathola u27 wa ukuthi upass rate kwaku22 futhi emigaqo ekusebenziseni kwemoto ubekade kunemibuzo e8 uye wathola u8 ukuthi pass rate kwaku6.
Is there an indication of the language in which the test was conducted?
It is not, there's no indication because it was a handwritten learner's license, not computerized.
Kuyabonakala na ulwimi ebelikade lisebenzisiwe lapho uthi cha akukho la kubonakala khona ngoba kwakade kungabhalwa ngecomputer kwakade kubhalwa ngesandla.
Yes, you may proceed.
4.1.16. On the 15th of September 2014, at 13:55:47 seconds, notice record as shown on page 13 of Annexure MCC 01 indicate that notice transaction 722, which is the authorization of learner's license, was initiated and concluded on computer workstation number 43160036 at Boxback GLTC by the official identified as Z Sewana, with notice user number 4009A0J0.
Kuye kwabonakala futhi ukuthi uZetsiwana yena uye waphana ngayo leyo learner's license lebekade ikhishwa eBoxback.
My lord, the said accused has made a cash payment of 60 rand for issue of learner's license certificate, and he was issued with the receipt number 400901226B6JZ as shown on page 14 of Annexure MCC 01.
Ukuyithola leyo learner's license uye wakhokha imali elingana ne-60 rand ukuthi uye wayikhokha bamnika ne-receipt.
Notice record, my lord, further as shown on 15 of Annexure MCC 01 indicate all the applicants that were examined for learner's license testing on 2014-09-15, test time from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
Futhi ke ama-record wabo ayabonisa nabo bonke abantu abaye bahlolwa ngalelo langa kusukela isikhathi uma ku-12 ukuya ku-1 emini.
Furthermore, my lord, a search was conducted for learner's license application form completed by the accused in 2014 as mentioned in Regulation 103 of the NRTA Act, and it has not yet been found, notwithstanding Section 78, subsection 1 of NRTA states that a document purporting to be an extract from or a copy of or any register or record kept in terms of this Act and purporting to be certified as such shall in any court and upon all occasion be admissible as evidence and shall be prima facie proof of the matter stated in such document without the production of the original register or record or any certificate, license, other document, microfilm or computerized record from of which such extract or copy was made.
Futhi ke kuyashiwo lapho ukuthi kuye kwafunwa naso isicelo leso esiye safakwa kodwa sizange sitholakale, kodwa kuthiwe noma ubuphi ubufakazi obungaba khona bungahle busetshenziswe enkantolo njengobufakazi oyikuthi bona bukhona futhi bungasebenziswa njengoba umuntu wayekade efake leso sicelo.
Thank you. That concludes then your testimony as far as Muzi Sibiya is concerned.
I also want to indicate, my lord, that for the fact that the file was not retrieved in relation to Section 78 of subsection 1 of NRTA, I did certify that the electronic information annexed here to SMCC 01 in relation to the accused are facts and transactions that were registered or recorded on notice by authorized person in the ordinary course of business as prescribed by the provision of the National Road Traffic Act.
Manje ke njengoba ikuthi file ayizange itholwe eyakhe umsolwa yokuthi wayekade efake leso sicelo futhi uye wagcina seyikuthi uyitholile learner's license, yena uthi uye wathatha konke obekade kubhalwe lapha ukuthi leso sicelo siye sayenziwa futhi siye sathathwa ukuya ngomthetho sisekelo obekade ubhaliwe lapha.
Can you just put that page?
Okay, it's
the relevant page where you make this certification.
The second affidavit, page 24 of 27.
Uthi ke lapho uye wabhala khona ubhale ku page 24
and under number 9.
Ubhala ku paragraph 9.
9.1.
9.1.
Okay. Right, we've already page 9. We've already dealt with Fisokuhle Ntuli. Perhaps when we return from the long adjournment, we can start at page 11, paragraph 6. Inspector from Mthokozisi Siposonge Mapisa.
Muzi Sibiya sizoya ku page 9 siye ku Mthokozisi Siposonge Mapisa.